The environment at the Child Study Center is the most loving, wonderful environment you could possibly imagine. It's the best place in the world to entrust your children. The care they receive is just bar none, and we were very pleased with our experience here.
There's nowhere else in this nation that I'm aware of that treats the entire family from diagnostic till they get to where they can be mainstreamed again, and that's just very unusual to have that full treatment.
Mr. Eason and the staff that preceded me built a fabulous foundation, so it was a pure joy to come in and build on that, and the reputation that the center has in the community and the staff that have been able to continue, and a number of them has made it possible to be able to build a state-of-the-art facility now.
In those early days, as we had put the Child Study Center together, from the very beginning, the pediatric community, a group of families, particularly with the Retarded Children's Association, the Easter Seal Society, the Blind Children's Service Center, those families were involved as well in stating what they wanted to see happen. If we had known how difficult it was going to be, we probably never would have started it, but we didn't know it couldn't be done. So we tried it. In the early years, the key people were Rabbi Schur, Bob Decker, Lucy Muse, Jane Justin. Without them, the Child Study Center probably would not exist. But they each gave it literally their total commitment, their total blessing, and they are the ones responsible for it. It all started with Rabbi Schur. He was one of the first. When he finished the study and when the committee finished the study, we handed it over to Bob Decker. And Bob Decker spent about 8 years of his life of making sure the Child Study Center was what everybody in the community wanted it to be. Bob Decker was an absolutely remarkable man. He appointed Lucy Muse as chair of the building committee. And I didn't know Mrs. Muse at the time. Turned out to be the best choice that he possibly could have made, because it was a delight to work with Mrs. Muse. Another key person as we opened the center was Jane Justin. Jane was asked even before the center opened if she would head up a volunteer auxiliary to provide volunteer help in the center. And because of her stature in the community, she attracted so many people to be involved. In addition to that, Jane had an amazing ability to raise funds. I'm pleased that we were able to put together a good foundation and a good base. But with the knowledge that is occurring, with the new medicines that are being developed, with the new techniques that are being tried out and developed for working with children, the best days for the Child Study Center are still in the future. And you just feel good about being a part of helping get it all started.
You know, the evolution of the field of providing care for children with developmental disabilities has progressed incredibly in the last 50 years, so that the types of testing that we order on children and the types of therapies that we recommend for children were not even available 50 years ago. The types of medications, the types of therapeutic interventions have all been developed really in that period of time. So there's so much more available for children that we really want to be on the cutting edge of being able to offer what is best and what's scientifically proven.
Serving children from birth to age 21, the Child Study Center leads the way in developmental pediatrics. Providing the complex diagnosis and treatment plan for children continues today with neurodevelopmental and developmental behavioral subspecialty trained pediatricians. PhD-level pediatric psychologists provide critical testing diagnostics to support the pediatrician and local school districts. In the early 1970s, an educational department was founded and renamed the Jane Justin School in 2006. The Applied Behavior Analysis program, founded in 2002, expanded to the Autism Services Department in 2008. Providing these services under one roof makes the Child Study Center one of the few centers of its kind in the United States. Through the dedicated and highly credentialed staff, the goal of unlocking the potential of children with developmental disabilities continues.
Well, when you think of the number of children that the center served, just in the 33 years that I've been a part of it, those children have gone on to grow up, contribute to the community, raise families of their own, and without the services provided through the Child Study Center, they would not have become productive citizens.
I think the greatest impact that the Child Study Center has made on this community is drawing attention to the needs of young children and the importance of early diagnosis and treatment for children with developmental disabilities.
Well, the community of Fort Worth has always supported the Child Study Center, and they support it in various ways through donations, through attending special events, through good word of mouth, and through the board membership and committee membership. One of the things that I found so fascinating and when we have candidates coming in, they all tell us that by the time they even get to our door, they've already met somebody who's been touched by the Child Study Center. Almost everybody in Fort Worth has been touched by the Child Study Center in some way at some time.
The Child Study Center has been an institution for this city, and not just in its presence, but what goes on inside the walls. And it changes lives, it protects the unity of families, it provides for early diagnosis and ability to deal with young people's challenges.
The biggest pleasure that we have is seeing children who require a combination of medical intervention, behavioral intervention, educational intervention, psychological intervention, and then seeing those kids really bloom. It's really, really special to see that. Some of our best community support comes from our parents, and of course they have the most investment in the Child Study Center because of course it's helping their child.
The expertise of the Child Study Center staff is beyond what anyone could possibly imagine. They are loving, they are caring, they are highly trained, and the children just benefit so much from what they have to offer.
I think the future is bright for the Child Study Center because of the support of our board and the community.
Child Study Center, 50 years, bringing potential to light.